Hi, welcome to the Set of Dialogue. I'm John Molesky, host of the program here at the Woodrow Wilson Center. We just concluded a taping with two of my favorite guests, Kent Hughes, who works here at the center, and Kathryn Lavelle, who used to work at the center. And here's her new book, Legislating International Organization. Many years in the making. We won't torture you with exact numbers, Katie, but a terrific primer on the way the Congress interacts with the IMF and the World Bank, and how the whole international financial and economic construct was put together initially, and how it operates today, and how it's changed over the years. Let me ask you this. What do people most get wrong when they think about these international cooperation as it relates to the economy?
Well, I think that people get wrong the whole idea that somehow we're paying a lot of money for what these organizations do. When you look at the aid budget, it's actually pretty small. And when you look at what we actually pay to the IMF and the World Bank, what we pay to the IMF is a loan. We get paid back at a market interest. So we really don't put a lot out into these organizations for the amount of influence and goodwill that it gives us in the
Why does the myth persist then that these are somehow lost leaders for the U.S.?
Oh, I just misinformation.
Oh, that's a ridiculously tough question to answer.
They didn't take my course. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Poor education.
Well, that could be the answer.
I think that a lot of the problem just has to do with political agendas and ideologies, where people want to use them as a weapon in some kind of fight or something, and they're convenient.
Speaking of that, Kent, the conventional wisdom criticism of the Uncle Sam, is that we're too interested in unilateralism and not committed enough to international cooperation.
I think that's a very unfair charge. It's really a very current charge because of recent military actions by the United States. But really, the U.S. worked so hard to create these multilateral institutions. They learned the lessons of the 1930s and 1920s. And they did not want to repeat those mistakes. So they helped create the World Bank, the IMF, what became the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, all designed to create a stable system that would be shared peace and prosperity. So I think the U.S. really has, right from the start, sought a multilateral approach to international relations.
Optimistic or pessimistic about the coming months as it relates to global economy?
Oh, the coming months, I'm pessimistic. In the long run, I'm optimistic. But in the coming months, I think things look pretty grim.
We haven't bottomed out yet.
No, unfortunately. And I think that we almost have to have a few shocks to get to where we need to be to really make some of the kind of dramatic changes that we need to make to stabilize the international system.
Wow. Kent, any relief from Dr. Doom here?
Well, well, as you know, being, as I've often said, a country boy from Oregon, I'm always optimistic. I think we do have some very rough bumps ahead. But if you look at Europe, which is our current preoccupation, where the stock market goes up and goes down depending on what's happening in Europe, I think the Europeans are so committed to the institution that they've built. Looking back at the disasters of the interwar period and the disasters of World War II, that they will not, in the end, let the common market fall apart. And I think they have to make some very serious adjustments. They're going to have to think about how you remain competitive where countries grow in different ways. And you're going to have to think about warning bondholders that they may be taking a greater risk than they thought. But I think the Europeans will find an answer.
Well, on those sobering thoughts, but I fear accurate thoughts, we'll end this discussion. If you'd like to hear more from our guests, visit us on the web at wilsoncenter.org. Look for the TV and radio tab, and you'll find your way to a complete 30-minute interview under the dialogue heading. And also, hey, it won't kill you. I know you like YouTube and videos, but buy a book. Read. Thanks.